So hello guys, welcome back to channel Get to Byte. Today in this video I am going to tell you how to interface DST11 sensor totally in embedded C code to our AVR microcontrollers. And similarly you can interface it to any microcontroller by just understanding the logic and the concept. So now let's begin. So now, first of all, I will just give you. There is one important thing to know. Like in the previous videos, I have told you about the timer peripheral, and we use servo motor. Now in servo motor, we use PWM function of the timers. Now in this, we are going to use the normal mode operation of the timers. And that will be, you just have, so like in the normal mode what happens that a timer increments from 0 to a value to the bit field of the timer bit, and it generates the required delay. So for that, in the normal mode, the formula is timer count equals to required delay upon time period minus 1. Now what is time period? Here time period is the timer time period that is depends upon the prescaler which we are using. So like if we are using prescaler of n equals to 8, 64, 256, 1024, then correspondingly my timer clock frequency will be the crystal oscillator frequency 16 megahertz upon n, and time period will be reciprocal of it. So now let's say for 8-bit timers, we know that it counts from 0 to 256 value. So what is the maximum delay that we can get from 8-bit timers? So if we use prescaler of n equals to 8, okay, that is time period is 5 into 10 raised to the minus 7 seconds, then my maximum delay which I can get is 128 microseconds. Similarly for 8-bit timers, correspondingly upon the time period, and my maximum delay I can get to know. Okay, why I am telling this, you will get this in just a minute, just wait for a second. So for time period, this and this time period depend upon the prescaler, and the formula is this. So from the 8-bit timer, which we can get is 15.3 milliseconds. Similarly for 16-bit timers, as at for different time periods, and that is for corresponding prescalers 8, 64 and such, I can get maximum delay of 4.19 seconds just from a single timer. Okay, so now it seems very fast in the human eye, but it actually takes a lot of time inside a microcontroller. Like for us, microsecond, milliseconds are nothing, but just for 32.7 milliseconds, our timer has taken 65535 steps. So these are so much fast inside a microcontroller. Okay, so why I have told you this? I have told you this because like now first we will get into the DST11 data sheet. So if you follow the DST11 data sheet, then it follows the one-wire communication protocol. And one-wire communication protocol is a protocol which works only on single wire. That is, there is no need of clock or there is no need of any baud rate or anything. Just a single wire on which two devices will communicate on the basis of the time period. Time period here means the signals that one end sends the signal, then another send the response signal after a particular time, and then it again set high, output low, and such a way. So DST11 sensor follow one wire communication, and as you can see here, it's I just go through this. Like I have created a PDF in which there are 3 phases basically: start signal, response signal. Start signal is sent from microcontroller to the sensor, then response signal is received from the sensor as a acknowledgement to the microcontroller that okay, our sensor is working and it is going to send some sensor data, and then finally the data signal which is sent by the sensor to the microcontroller, which contains all our temperature, and humidity readings. Now the data which we get from the sensor is in a packet of 8 bits, okay, and 5 packets of 8 bits. So like 8-bit humidity data, first is 8-bit humidity integer data, then 8-bit humidity temperature data, okay, then 8-bit decimal integer data, and then 8-bit temperature data, and then 8-bit parity. So first we get the integer, then decimal part, then we get the integer part, and then we get the after decimal part, and the 8-bit parity bit, which is like a checksum in a sense that all the 4 bits which it has sent, it is a sum of all those 4 bits. So it is used for checking that whether my sensor has sent the correct data or not, or is it working in a correct condition or not. So that's it for now. Like the video, subscribe the channel, and press the bell icon to get notified for new videos, and share it with your friends.